Hey guys, how we doing? And welcome back to Lee's Slot Cars. And it's a little bit cooler in the old slot shed today. It's been so hot, hasn't it? It's been like a sauna in here. Anyway, I'm going to do a few little bits today, bits and pieces, but mainly I want to focus on car storage, and I'll come on to that in a minute. But first, I just want to give a couple of shout outs. Let me show you why. So first shout out goes out to Gary Alderman, who has sent me these R3 bends, and they are in immaculate condition. In fact, they put my track to shame. They're in really good condition, and this was because I recently put an R3 curve on the layout, which is great, and the new layout will have R3s on it. Now, when I ordered them, I ordered late at night. I was tired and I ended up ordering classic R3s, so I had to buy a couple of track converter. Well, they came from Mac, actually. Thanks again, Mac, your beauty. But there were still issues because I had to chop out the inside because the guides were too long, etc, etc. And Gary very kindly sent me 8 of these, which is fantastic, mate. When I do this new layout, I'm going to be using pretty much all of these. So I have thanked you, but now publicly, you're an absolute legend. Thanks, buddy. Secondly, big shout out for Mark White from Miniature Fan Base. Now, Mark has sent me these 3D printed figures, and they're brilliant. Got 4 painted, 4 unpainted, so I shall get these painted up. You've got a maintenance guy, a couple of blokes. Looks like they're on an iPad or something, or a tablet, and this is, well, a marshal with a flag, and there's a lot of detail on there. He's got like the little two-way, the little walkie-talkie. Brilliant. And the painted figures are excellent. This is way above what I could do. There's a lot of detail there, and they're really good quality. If you look at, like, this lady here, let's bring her a bit closer to focus. You know, you've got sort of the strands of her hair, really, really good quality. Now, Mark started out doing 3D printed stuff for Subbuteo, the tabletop football game. Now, I had that one as a kid. I absolutely loved it. But he's now branching out into 132 scale figures for slot cars, and can probably do pretty much whatever you want. These are really competitive price as well. They're £2.50 each. For the ones where there's 2 figures on the same platform, so to speak, I think they're £3, but you need to check with Mark. I'm sure he said they were £3. So they're really competitively priced. So I will put a little picture. Well, let me do it now. This is his Facebook page. So if you search for his Facebook page, join the group, and you can message him through that. I will also put a link to his website in the description, so you can have a look at some of the figures and some of the examples of what he does. But the best way to contact him is through his Facebook group. So I'll put the picture on the end as well, just so you can check it out. So thanks, excuse me, thank you, Mark, and Gary. Thank you both so much. I really appreciate it. So what am I going to do today? Now, you see, I've got all the cars on the shelves in their boxes, and so for display purposes, you know, it looks fine, it looks good, the cars are all protected, they're all in the boxes. But it's so frustrating, because I like to pick up a car, run a few laps, put it back, grab another car, and it's such a pain. It sounds very lazy, but taking a box out, opening up, putting the car on, putting the box back on the shelf. So what I plan to do, and I'm going to do this when I do the new layout, okay, but I just want to make one for now, is out of Foamboard, and I haven't used Foamboard for a while, so looking forward to this. It's a really simple little Foamboard structure that'll have a glass front. I haven't got the plastic yet to do the glass. I need to find some from somewhere, but I'll come up with something. So the cars can be sat side by side, so you lift the flap up, grab the car, and away you go, and put it back. And also, obviously, you'll store a lot more cars on the shelf by having them facing this way individually rather than the box taken up. Most of the shelves is boxes rather than cars in terms of volume. I don't know what I'm talking about, but there you go, get the gist. So let me show you what I plan to do. I'm just going to do it on this section, so it'll probably be about one foam board width, whatever that is. So let's have a look. So for this I'm using a whole sheet of foam board. So I've marked it into 4 equal strips, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the top bit off because that's going to be the front, and I'll need to cut out a window on that on the front, and these I'm literally going to score and fold to give you like a C shape, which will be the bottom, the roof and the back. So it's quite tight to work because these are big old sheets. So I'm just going to put it on the stand. So the first thing to do is to cut the front section off, and with a nice sharp blade. And I can't emphasize how important a sharp blade is, because if you use a blunt blade, which I have done in the past and regretted it, it just tears the foam inside and just looks really, really messy. So when working with this stuff, make sure you've got a sharp knife. And cutting that over, because you can see it is so tight. I need to build myself a bigger workspace really, and I don't even know if I'm going to get my hand in to cut that last bit. I'll have to come from the other direction. I'm going to do this right-handed. Okay. So that piece there will be the front. So now I'm just going to go in and score these sections here, so I can fold it. I'll do one and I'll do the other one off camera. And once this is done, we can start putting it all together. So when you're scoring it just really lightly, all you're doing really is breaking the paper, and just a touch into the foam. But obviously, to do all of this is going to take a lot of foam board. So I'm just going to get the other bit done, and then we'll come back and see what I'm left with. So they've been scored, and it's just a matter of bending them over. And then you have the basic frame. It's probably a bit too high, but it fits. So that's the main thing. I'm just checking it fit. I've got a confession to make. Before I did this, I did the same process on a smaller bit without even thinking about what's going inside, and obviously way too small. So there you go. That's what happens when you don't plan, you just dive straight in. But that's me, and I'll never change. So okay, let's have a look at the positioning of the cars. Right, I have slightly extended the base and the top and shortened the back, just so the cars fit in better, because I don't want them right out the front. I want them to sit back a little bit like that, and they're going to be quite nicely spaced out as well. So I need to put the sides on. I'll probably put a centerpiece in as well, yeah, just to give it a bit more rigidity. That's a hard word to say, isn't it? So right, let's get that measured up. So I've got the two end pieces and the center support piece, 16.5 by 10.5, So I'm going to get those. Am I going to get them glued in yet? No, I'm not. Before I stick everything together, I've got to cut out a slot for the guides. So if I take, hang on a sec, this will be one of the longer cars, which is pretty similar to the John Wick Cuda. So I think I probably need the guides to, because they all vary so much. I think if I go round about here, well, I'll tell you what I'll do to make it easy for myself. That looks about a ruler's width. So I'm going to have all the guides starting there. Then it's a case of cutting a little notch in, and then with an old spare guide, just push it in, wiggle it around a bit so the guides fit in. And then I want to pop a little strip going all the way down the base, just so that the cars are slightly raised up, so the back wheels aren't in contact with the base. So I'm going to get a line drawn, mark out where I'm going to put all the slots, and then get them cut. So I've spaced 5 cards out. I've marked where the centre support will be, so I can get 10 cars in this, and on the shelf in the box there were 8, 9, probably extend to 10, no, 8. So there's more cars and they're easily accessible, and I think this is going to work a lot better than having them in the boxes as I've got already. So I've marked the centre point on all the cars, so I just need to take these away now. It's getting warmer in here. And then literally mark where I'm going to put the slots. Now these aren't evenly spaced because some cars are bigger than the other, but when this is done, each car will have its own space and it will be numbered, or it'll have what the car is written on it. I like to be organised. I like lists. I'm a bit weird like that. I'm a bit OCD. So all I'm going to do is to cut into the foam, and a little bit wider than the guide would normally be, like that. And I won't do them all, but what I'll do is I'll just take a guide. This is a very old one, and pop it in and just give it a bit of a wiggle. Might need to make them slightly bigger, but give it a wiggle just so the cars fit in, and then hopefully I'm going to go to put the car in, it'll fit in nicely, and then once the back's raised, all will be good, like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the other 3, and then do the other side, and then we'll come back. So I'm just going to hot glue the centre piece in place. And same again with the 2 end pieces. Right, I've had a thought. So the side pieces are stuck on, the roof will go on, that's fine, 10 cars in there. But I'm missing an opportunity here, because if I use the original cut on this and just take it up that ruler width higher, then I can get another section in here. That's what I'm thinking. So it means I need to extend these pieces here by ruler's width, which is no problem, and then I will obviously have to add a bit on the end here, but once again, that's not a problem. I think it makes perfect sense to make this so it can hold 20 cars. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So I've measured halfway. I'm just going to stick on these supports for the second level, but I won't film that. Right, so I've jumped ahead a little bit. So I've got 10 cars down the bottom. I still need to put the strip that goes underneath the car, so I've still got that to do. Put the second shelves in. Now these aren't glued in. I don't think I will glue them in because they don't need to be, and it's quite handy if I need to. At some point I might decorate this, you know, to make it look good as well as just being functional. So I've got another 10 cars, so I'm going to do exactly the same as I did at the bottom here. Mark it up, cut out the slots, get them put in. Then I need to start thinking about what to do on the front. I'm going to put a little strip down here just to hide all this, and the same on the ends, just to tidy them up. And I'm even debating whether I need a front to it, but the whole idea of doing this would be to keep the cars in good condition. So I need to find a big long bit of plastic of some sort. I need to buy something like a curtain pole where you get them big long plastic tubes. Anyway, that will probably be one for another day, but I can get a front piece put on so it's all ready to have a little bit of plastic when I find it. So I'm going to get these done and then we'll check it out. But I'm really pleased how this is working out. Storage for 20 cars in a space that only had 8, I think, 8 or 10. So this is really good, and it means they're really accessible. Yeah, happy I did this. All I need to do is tidy the front up, extend the roof, do the front, put a little strip along the back so the rear wheels aren't touching the base, and I think for this video it will be done. But I'm going to be doing more of these when I do the new layout, so this is just a trial more than anything, and I've learned a few things that I probably wouldn't do next time, or do slightly differently, which is really good. Also, some cars are higher, so there might be some smaller, maybe ones that are just single car but about that height, but we'll see. No rush for that. So I'm going to get these pieces stuck on and done, and I'll put it up on the shelf and see how it looks. There it is. Doesn't look very pretty, but it's really functional, and I think once I know more about the theme of the layout, I can tie this in with a bit of decoration and maybe put some bits down the bottom. Could even put a light underneath that shines down, who knows. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and it means that I can do another one, probably another 2 over there, and that'll mean I'll just need to get some more slot cars basically. So no, this has been good. This has been good, and it's been good to get back on the Foamboard again. It's been a little while, so I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it gives you some ideas about slot car storage, and at some point when I get some plastic I will put a front on that, but I'll update you as and when. So in the meantime, thanks for watching guys. Till the next time, you all take care, my friends. Bye bye.